Hi guys, Piotr here. This is Forex Global YouTube channel. It's weekend, windy weekend, as you can see. Some waves behind me, a little bit of the clouds, and we are going to discuss the crypto market. So if we are talking about the waves behind me, if we are talking about the clouds above me, the question is if we are going to see some dark clouds when it comes to the crypto bulls. Well, we are shy below the all-time high when it comes to the Bitcoin. So it's gonna be very, very interesting if we are going to hit that level, if we are going to hit new high over the course of the weekend. That's the question number one. And the question number two, if we are going to be able to, as a bulls, if we are going to be able to hold above this high, or we are going to see the rejection and profit taking. The very interesting thing is a few comments from the investment banks. For example, Citi sees Bitcoin around 300,000 by the end of the 2021. Many investment banks are switching from the gold to Bitcoin. Well, this type of the hype could provide profit-taking opportunity, but be very, very careful, guys. Of course, we are going to discuss Ether as well, but here there is a still long way to go when it comes to the all-time high. Very interesting things going on. November is coming to the end, so from the, for example, tax perspective, well, there could be some kind of the, you know, some kind of the demand to take some profits. Overall, the top question is, are we going to see new high when it comes to the Bitcoin? Well, without a further delay, let's jump straight and see few crypto charts. All right, so shy of the supply, still below all-time high when it comes to the Bitcoin, but on the way higher, we broke few possible swing highs where the market was trying, or the bears were trying to take the advantage of some upper shadows. Now, to be honest with you, once we broke 17,200, I've been thinking about 19,250 and maybe spike towards the new high. But as I mentioned, I do not expect that's going to happen over the weekend. Already morning Sunday in Europe, so we will see. We have some pullback and another preparation to create a swing high. So overall, what do I expect when it comes to the Bitcoin? Medium long term, I still expect we are going to retest 14 and 12 and 12,000. When it comes to 14, right, that's the breakout. That's the breakout and the consolidation here on the daily. There we go. Consolidation and breakout. When it comes to 12, this what was supposed to look like possible head and shoulders, what was supposed to look like some kind of the over under being broken on the weekly. So that's the 12, that's around 14. So I do expect this type of the pullback and retest these levels, as these levels haven't been tested after the upside break, right? So what I think might happen, well, we might find the support after each swing high being broken, and then eventually move this towards these levels. But I'm not looking to sell the Bitcoin, at least I'm not looking to sell short Bitcoin, at least for now. All right, after the break of 17,200, we've seen the retest, so that's the open space. So I think if we are going to leave this swing high, if we are going to break through 18,000, right, it might be this type of the price action down eventually. I'm not saying we are going to see one-way ticket to the downside. It might be sharp, aggressive pullback, especially if we are going to see some deterioration when it comes to the US indices. But around 14,000 and 12,000, I'm gonna be the buyer. So what is worth to watch? Right now, levels around the 18, so the round number, then 17,200, all right, then 16,250, all right, then again 15,450, and finally levels around 14. So one more time, when it comes to the Bitcoin, around 18,000, then levels close to 16,400, 300, then another swing high, levels close to 15,500, 15,200, and finally levels around 14,000, where I'm looking for buying opportunity. The final word when it comes to the Bitcoin, after the breakout, we have this type of the trend line, so retest of this 17, attempt to go higher, breakdown. This could be the price action eventually to the downside. But again, probably there are better options to try to be on the short side, different instruments than Bitcoin, right? So I'm just waiting for possible pullback to join the party to the upside. Still, if you remember, not the previous one, 2 weeks ago, still 35,000 medium term my target. All right, Ether, because of a little bit of the pause on the Bitcoin lately, we've seen the rest coins trying to join the party. Finally, we have the upside break when it comes to the Ether. We broke through 500, 520. So the next one was around 580. And to be honest with you, as of now, because of the 445 being broken, that's where I see the possible demand around this 445. If you do remember, again, we were discussing the wall of possible supply here. So that's the possible demand level. And well, yes, here, if we are going to see some kind of the swing high creation on the daily chart, I might start to think a little bit short intraday trading to the downside eventually, right? Especially if the weekly is going to be below this supply line. That's gonna be nothing else, just stop count. So watching carefully where we are going to try to take the advantage and try to trade to the downside towards 445 when it comes to the Ether. Looks like the stop count on the intraday perspective, but the first demand is around 500. So what I'm looking for is eventually retest, maybe with a little bit downside break, then attempt to rally again, then 525, 535 works as a supply, and going down towards 50% of that consolidation, and that's gonna be our 445 or 450. So that's how I see Ether, right? As I mentioned, when the Bitcoin paused the rally, we've seen a few others going higher and higher. One of them, Litecoin, right? After monster break of 65, 66, immediately we've seen 50% rally. So as of now, 66 down to 60, latest weakness also, break of the over under, so 66.60 as a possible demand. When it comes to the sellers on the daily chart, I do expect some kind of the activity around current level, right? So that's what we have. And if we are going to break below 81, we might accelerate to the downside towards, as I mentioned, 66, 62 on the Litecoin. And finally, Ripple, after the monster break of 34 cents, right? Monster rally. This 34, it was for quite a long time. It was the amazing supply visible here. Plenty of price action while we were below, and finally monster break, testing supply. So I'm not surprised there is a profit taking, and I think all eyes right now in case of the retest 34, 32, if we are going to find the support. When it comes to the selling Ripple, well, only failure above 50 cents with the long upper shadow. That would be the solution for me, because we hit the supply, we are building upper shadow, shy below 50 cents. So another attempt at the very beginning of the week could take place there, and we might see higher levels. So monster rally, time for pullback. But again, when it comes to the Bitcoin, I do expect medium term 30-35. So with that being said, I'm not shorting Bitcoin. I'm looking for a few different opportunities as discussed, for example, with Litecoin, Ether or Ripple. Have a great rest of the Sunday, guys. Don't be tribe, and see you around. Take care and goodbye.